Oh, I feel amazing. I feel so confident. I feel so full of life. Feel so full of energy. There's so much that I've done during this program, so sort of my life was stagnating, but now I have a plan ahead. I know what I want to do. I know how to achieve it. Well, I was going through a burnout. Life had been absolutely miserable. My physical being was not all that great, so I definitely wanted to bring about some changes in my physical well being. But more than that, I wanted to bring changes in my mental well being. I was down in the doldrums. I was sort of, extremely negative about myself. I had no clear vision about where I wanted to go. I was sort of vegetating rather than living. And Brian, we had a very interesting introductory discussion and what Ryan could offer, and how we could bring about a change in my life, and that got me going. I said, this is the person I require at this stage in my life. This is what I require right now, and that's how the whole program started. For a pretty long time, I was really not happy with myself. So, and by long time, I mean to say, it was nearly around 7, 8 years that, I was not really enjoying what I was doing. I was not really happy with the type of life I was living. I felt, that sort of, I was losing a grip on my life, on myself. And that's the stage where Ryan came into the picture. I didn't have any concerns. I was happy. I realized that this was something that was very providential. It came in at the right time. It came in when I was at the lowest point in my life, and I had actually nothing to lose. So it was like, okay, let me join the program and see what the program has to offer, and how I can bring about change in my life. It is a lot more than what I expected when I signed up. So when I signed up, I knew what I was signing into, but I really had not made, a complete research of what I was signing into. And I said, okay, let's see what Wine has to offer, and there's nothing to lose with whatever I was going to be doing. But it was something that I wanted to try, something that, was going to help me to be better than where I was. And that's how I joined the program. But the outcome of the program was fabulous. I mean to say, most aspects of my life, especially the mental being, has changed. I've made a complete 180-degree turn. So I was going in one direction and I'm going in exactly opposite direction right now. So my confidence was at an all-time low. I remember speaking to Ryan and I say my confidence was probably not even zero. It was probably -10. So I was extremely unsure about myself. And now my confidence is, I don't know, probably 8 out of 10. So in the last 12 weeks that I've been doing this program, so much has changed. I mean to say, I've been part of roundtable discussions. I'm speaking at an event tomorrow. I have been approached to give my thoughts on various topics where I specialize. I've written articles. So I'm going to say, as far as my confidence and my self-worth is concerned, there's been a very drastic change. Okay, so my personal life was absolutely in the doldrums. My poor wife used to be the victim of all the frustrations that was going on. I used to keep snapping at her most of the time. It was a difficult situation in life. It's fortunate that our marriage did not break, and we are still together. But that has changed drastically. I'm to say, the way I now approach life, I have a very positive attitude to life. I'm much more, gentle, much more at peace with myself. The atmosphere in the home, in the house has changed completely. We do so many things together. I no longer snap at her. So yes, it has had an extremely positive effect on the person. Difficult to say. I mean to say, probably not. Probably not, because I mean to say it's not fair for a person, to live in such a situation, forever. So everybody has a bandwidth, that they can stretch to, and then it goes beyond that, and then it just does not work and does not make sense. So it would have been difficult. And even if we were together, it would have been a very difficult decision. Yes, it has been a drastic change. I mean to say, I'm extremely happy with the outcome of the program. I'm extremely happy with what we have achieved from this program together, both at a personal level. So, my personal health well-being is drastically improved. If I would rate myself before the program, I was somewhere on 4 of 10, and right now I'm probably 8 of 10. So, my personal well-being, my appearance, my confidence has gone high. But more than that is my mental well-being. My mental well-being has drastically changed. I mean to say, I know what I was before the program started, and I know what I am right now, and there's a massive difference. So the good thing about the program is that Ryan is very consistent with the way things. So it's like a journey that he accompanies you on that journey. So it's not something where he's pushing you to it, or it's something that is difficult that is being asked to do. So it's basically he's accompanying you. It's the whole program. A lot of it was actually on introspection and you reflecting on yourself. And then he gives you pointers, he gives you exercises that you do that helps you to reflect on yourself, helps you to see how things are going on in your life. It helps you it gives you direction where you want to move. It helps you to bring about changes. So that's what I liked about the program. So it's not someone constantly telling me that hey, you're doing what you're doing is wrong. This is not the way you do it, and this is how you have to do it. So it's not someone from outside who is telling you, but it is someone who is just guiding you, helping you to discover yourself, helping you to find what you're doing, and making the journey enjoyable. Oh, I feel amazing. I feel, I feel so confident. I feel so full of life. I feel so full of energy. There's so much that I've done during this program, so sort of my life was stagnating, but now I have a plan ahead. I know what I want to do. I know how to achieve it. There is so much of exercises that Ryan has put me through that keeps me thinking, that keeps me wanting to achieve more in life, and I can see those changes happening in life. So I'm very enthusiastic and positive about life. So I would tell them what changes have come into my life. I would tell them where I was before the start of this program. I would tell them where I was at the end of this program, and I would definitely tell them that it's worthwhile the investment, and it is worth working with Ryan. It's definitely going to bring about a change in their life. So I'm very enthusiastic about the future. I have a plan which I never had 12 weeks back. I know exactly how I need to achieve that plan. I know about how I go about achieving that plan. So I'm very enthusiastic about the future. There's been a change both in my physical well-being and in my mental well-being, but physical well-being was not always an area of concern for me. So I was fine with that. Okay, I was not doing great, but I was not doing absolutely bad as well. So I did my basic activities during the day, but my mental well-being had suffered drastically, and that has changed. So for me, my mental well-being was the biggest outcome of this program. Today, actually, if I look back and I say, I say to myself, I wish I'd done this a long time back. Things would have changed. But everything has a time, everything has a place. It happens when it needs to happen, and it has happened at the right time. So I'm extremely happy that it has happened, and I'm extremely happy with the outcome of the program, and I'm enjoying the outcome of the program. I remember, and it was not days or weeks, it was months together. So I think he started messaging me somewhere in the month of Jan or Feb, and I actually responded to him in the month of November. So it was very long time. And I kept pushing it. I kept making excuses like, okay, it's summer. I'll get to you after summer, and then I'll get to you after a couple of months, and then